At first, you only hear the cracking of branches under a tremendous foot. It's fast. It's moving quicker than you or your party can track. In the moonlight, you see only quick flits of light blue light, long arms and antlers. Someone from the party suspects that it's a summoned creature. Someone else suspects it might be a demon. As your party breaks into a sprint, you drop your torches. A fire erupts in the forest. You run, fleeing the thing. You get turned around. You see a cliff edge, a boulder blocking your path. Whatever it is, you can't escape. And as you turn around, once again facing the flames that are now roaring in the forest, you see it. Hollow eyes, the skull of a deer, massive antlers with unknowable sigils carved into the branch-like arms of those protruding spears. The creature roars with a tongue it does not have. It bounds upon you with muscles that should not move. Everybody roll initiative. Today I'm going to show you how I painted the Skull Walker. I've got a couple of Wendigos in my collection, so I had to give it a different name. So I've called it the Skull Walker. Main reason for that is it's got those little skulls embedded into its body. This video is going to be about really strong lighting from two different sources and two different colors. We're going to be talking about tint shifting. I'm not sure if tint shifting is the actual term. It's when you are trying to represent a color that's in a different color space. For instance, when you're trying to make something that is green look like it's green, but in a space that has really strong red light. You'll see what I mean later on. This file comes from Crippled God Foundry. They make all kinds of really cool D&D themed models for adventures, or if you're a DM, then for monsters. You can find all their stuff on their My Mini Factory page. I've included a link to the Wendigo in my video description. If you like this video or you like this style of video, make sure to leave a like and follow. If you want to support me, check out my Patreon. It just helps me out every month. I also put stuff there like behind the scenes and extra footage, and also an access to my community Discord. Let's get into it. So getting started with the foundations. We're going to prime the model black, just like we do any other model. To get this model started, I've picked two colors that are going to be the basic tones of the model. For the torso, it's going to be green, and for the horns, hooves, and claws, it's going to be brown. I get these colors all set up in the airbrush, spray down a base coat, and then from there immediately go into the lighting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray using matte white to get the vibrance the way I want it. Instead of a zenithal, what we're going to do is pick two different directions where the lights are coming from. I'm going to spray over the shoulder, try to capture that claw that's reaching back, and I'm going to spray right into the face and the feathers and the horns and all that for the really immediate, intense lighting on the face. Next, I load up the airbrush with Night Haunt Gloom. It's a technical paint from Citadel, and generally it's used like a very thick wash. In the airbrush it has this really strong pigmentation without taking away any of the highs and lows from the original color. You end up with an almost neon looking blue. On the front, I'm using Blood Red from AK. It's their strongest red, in my opinion, and I think it gives a really nice contrast to the Night Haunt Gloom. What you end up with is this really cool red versus blue with a green mid-tone in the center of the model. Next, I focus on the skulls and the vines that make up the body of this creature. The vines have this dark recess that emphasize the skulls that are hidden within the main body. I do some recess shading to make sure I've got nice depth around the skulls. Then I go in with sandy brown to do the base tone of the skulls, finishing with Flayed One Flesh. Next, I focus on the actual vines. They're like a greenish brown color, so I kind of mix it up, but generally staying in that green-brown base coat that I had, just adding some emphasis to the high parts and the low parts, sculpting in a little bit of the details that are there from the model. And finally, I go into the tail. The tail is painted a lot like the skulls. My thinking was, since I can't really tell what material it's supposed to be, that maybe it's the extended remnants of vertebra. So, more bones. Okay, a little bit about tint shifting. Tint shifting is pretty simple. Imagine you've got your 1, 2, or 3 colors you're going to use to paint. In this example, I'll use wood. So I've got a light brown, a medium brown, and a dark brown. To adjust those browns to fit the tint of the lighting that I have, make sure to mix in a little bit of that color to each of my browns. The light brown, if I'm going into a blue section, will have a little bit of blue added. Medium brown, a little bit more blue added. Dark brown, a bunch more blue added. The idea is that as something gets brighter, it needs less shifting to be accurate. Meanwhile, shadows end up being more aligned with the color source rather than the material color. I think it's straightforward, but it takes a bit of practice. For the red shifting, it's the exact same thing. Your high, medium, and low colors, you just add a little bit of red, and you'll get an incredible result. Here you can see I cut in with some stronger shadows. It's because I finished doing the tint shifting and felt that I wanted a little bit more drama in this section with the claw coming forward. So I made a slightly more red, dark brown, and painted in the darker recesses of the wood. For the head and the hooves, I had a different problem to deal with. Because I had spray painted the lighting from the front and the back, you can see the speckling from my airbrush where the paint is not completely uniform, not completely smooth. So my first job is to clean that up, to apply a basic base coat onto the skull, the horns, and the hooves without losing the color that I had sprayed initially. For this, I do my best to color match what I can see on the model. I thin down the paint a bunch because I don't want to be able to see where I've painted. And then I apply 2 thin coats of a very thinned down paint. Once that's cleaned up, I go in and add some highlights into the hair and the feathers. I don't need to do a whole lot with the hair and feathers here. There's already so much going on with this model that they can just be affected by the light, and that will be plenty character for the mini. The horns, on the other hand, need a little bit of decorating. I think that they look a little bit too flat in this composition. So what I do is I take a shade down from what I was painting, down meaning darker, and I freehand some squiggly shapes, at first trying to make them look symmetrical, and then later on giving up and just making them look however I want. It adds a much more characterized and stylized look to the big deer antlers. Right? With a thin brush and just painted a bunch of vertical lines. It makes it look like the striations on an actual hoof, makes it look like it has lots of texture while keeping my workload relatively low. base is the same kind of thing. I have a red side and I have a blue side. And in the middle I have a log that seems to cross from red into blue. Starting with the greenery, I do my best to make the plants stand out even though they're very much in the red light. What I'm actually painting with is a brownish reddish color, but when you compare it to the red light of the rest of the scene, our brains make us think that it's green. On the blue side, there's more skulls. I do the same operation I've been doing before, low, medium, high, mixed with a little bit of blue. And then for the log, very straightforward. I just try and do a transition between the blue and the red using the brown paint. So what that means is on the blue side, the paint is tint shifted blue. As it gets to the middle, I have less blue mixed into the paint. I'm using the actual brown color of the log. And then as it passes through the middle over to the red side, I tint shift towards red. It takes me a little bit of time to blend it all together, but the result ends up looking fantastic. So this model was a big practice for me in working with object source lighting. In this case, there was no specific object where the lighting was coming from, but you could tell that there were sources and you had a rough idea of how far away they were from the model. That was the intent anyways. It was heaps of practice making sure that whatever I was painting, whatever texture I was painting, matched the lighting as best as I could. I still needed to have high and low variations so that someone could look at the model and have a pretty good idea of what was under there. And it wasn't enough for me to just paint the model normally and then spray the paint on top. I needed to do the tint shifting to get the result that I wanted. It's definitely one of those painting styles that is more work than most people would say it's worth, but it's also an excellent way to practice, to mess around with color theory, and to seriously improve your painting game. Recommend you guys give this model a try. Go over to my mini factory, print yourself a copy if you don't have a printer. You can also go to Crippled God Foundry's website and buy the physical model itself. As always, if you like this video, leave a like, drop a subscribe, If you want to support me, find me on Patreon, throw me a couple of bucks. It helps out a lot with keeping the channel going. Also on Patreon, I have some extras for my fans, as well as a community Discord where we share our painting progress, some tips with each other, and you have access to me whenever you need. Stay courageous, and I'll see you next time.